Kejriwal has lost. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking the story now, right here on India Today television, the big political story of this moment.
Yes.
The man who once thought he could be the new Modi, the man who thought he could beat the Prime Minister in Varanasi, Arvind Kejriwal of the Aam Aadmi Party, its national convener. What a fall from political grace. Losing to Parvesh Verma. 24,743 votes for Parvesh Verma. There it is on your screen right now. Arvind Kejriwal with 21,561 votes. It's not a decimation, but it's a defeat. But for the AAP convener to lose, and remember, the gap is 3,113. I met Sandeep Dikshit in Kidwai Nagar in New Delhi. He denied that this is about revenge, but you speak to anyone around him, he wanted to teach Kejriwal a lesson. तूने मेरी माँ को हराया, मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ.
Look, you can look at it that way that, here is Sandeep Dikshit who's got 3,113 votes. Arvind Kejriwal loses almost by an identical margin. And blame it on Sandeep Dikshit. But it goes beyond that. It's not as if every vote that Sandeep Dikshit got was a vote that was voting against Arvind Kejriwal. Truth of the matter, Rahul, is that Arvind Kejriwal has suffered, like every AAP candidate has suffered, anti-incumbency. It has been across the board. You see, this is a classic old-style election where people have voted to vote out Arvind Kejriwal, not necessarily vote in the BJP. Get that very clear. This election...
No, so your biggest asset became your biggest liability. It's as simple as that.
Because the parties... When you saw an AAP poster, who did you see but Kejriwal? How many other leaders have you ever seen on an AAP poster? It's only Kejriwal. It's like, say tomorrow if BJP was to lose Gujarat, when Mr. Modi was Chief Minister, it would lie on Mr. Modi. Modi was Gujarat, Gujarat was Modi. Today, for the last 10 years, for the Aam Aadmi Party, Delhi was Kejriwal, Kejriwal was Delhi. That's why even when he was in jail for several months, he did not even appoint someone else as Chief Minister because he was the face. That face itself has been humbled, his lieutenants have been humbled, and this is a classic anti-incumbency election where the voters have chosen very clearly, the People's Court, as Arvind Kejriwal called it, have decided, Mr. Kejriwal, we don't want you in 2025. So I think, look at all these numbers put together. It is a vote against Arvind Kejriwal. The BJP is a beneficiary of the referendum that's gone against him. It's not as if the BJP has stalwart leaders in Delhi whom people were hankering for. They didn't even know who the face was. They just wanted Kejriwal out this time. And they have trusted to some extent in Mr. Modi's promises. They believe, I told you in 2014, two middle-class heroes.
Not to some extent. Why are you underplaying this? Was 48 placed 22.
Sir,
they had faith, massive faith in Modi ji's promises and no faith in Kejriwal's promises.
Rahul, again you're looking at black. There are two reasons. The larger reason, according to me, is to defeat Arvind Kejriwal. This election was not about Narendra Modi. This was a referendum on Mr. Kejriwal. He has lost that. The fact that the BJP had Mr. Modi on their side is an added bonus. The real reason is not people went to vote कि मुझे मोदी जी चाहिए. They were मुझे केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं चाहिए इस बार. This is a negative vote. Negative vote.
Rajdeep, let's just come again. No, one second. Let's just make this point again. When you are at 48 versus 22, you have won votes from all communities. In fact, Rahul, it is not as if only the rich and the fancy India Today viewers have voted for you, and that's how you won.
But it's
all kinds of people across all communities. Maybe in certain communities, more people still voted up. That's obviously true. But you have won votes across communities. Nobody's political bias or personal bias should supersede the data. The data speaks and it speaks clearly.
Rahul, I would have thought the fact is a party has come down from 62 to 22.
Yes.
When you come down, the vote principally is against you. The other side...
So you lose everywhere.
Sir...
Rajdeep, what was being said earlier, women and poor have disproportionately voted. You can't win 48 seats if the poor haven't voted.
This is a classic anti-incumbency election. People have voted out the incumbent. The entire top brass of AAP has lost. Not just Kejriwal.
So all kinds of people have voted against you, including the poor. You can't say only the rich, fancy pants have voted for us and BJP won 48 seats.
That's a foolish statement, Rahul.
That's what I'm saying, but which was being said.
44% of the vote, where have that come from?
So obviously, that is correct. No, that is correct. So I'm saying...
So how can you say that?
But Rajdeep, that's the point I'm making, that vote has got chipped away. You've lost a part of your co-vote. It cannot happen.
But the co-vote
हमारा सारा वोट हमारे पास है, फिर भी हम 22 सीट पे आ गए. That makes no sense. You've lost a part of your vote. You have to wake up and feel the coffee. If not wake up and feel all that's happening across. Rajat, yes.
मैं एक सुमन के शब्द हैं, कवि सुमन रहे हैं, बहुत जरूरी है. केजरीवाल हारना is a colossal loss.
Rajat getting poetic now. क्या बात है? I've never heard him.
No, this is
in
what
all the
yes,
time
yes.
he's
No,
been
no,
with
no,
us.
no,
You've
this
never
is
heard
coming
him
straight
poetry.
from the heart.
Straight from that.
You see, Rajat Sethi is part of that group. All IITians who had invested a lot of hopes in Kejriwal. Some of them, like Rajat, also had a leaning towards Modi. He chose Modi over Kejriwal. Today is his day to exult.
Irshad.
So it says, आसमां इतनी बुलंदी पे जो इतराता है, आसमां इतनी बुलंदी पे तो जो इतराता है, भूल जाता है कि जमी से ही नजर आता है. The problem of Kejriwal was that he started, thinking that he is that larger than life. And he forgot the gully nukkad from where he has risen. The problem with Kejriwal was that he started thinking that everything that he could stand for, he can just chuck it aside and go back and be a typical politician, enjoy all the glory that comes with politics, live lavishly, forget about your core promise. Janta to moorkh hai, freebie baat do. The biggest disservice that he has done to the entire country is introducing this virus of freebies. Who brought freebie culture in our country? It's him only. And it was never targeted. These freebies were pan-Delhi, pan-population, and he kept pushing this idea, and everybody, every other political party, Congress, BJP, had to join that bandwagon of giving freebies.
The defeat of Kejriwal, Rajdeep, is a big day in Indian politics. The fact that